Yo, it's your boy RoboRubberCat, and this is my first ever league race. This is the Formula Reddit Series Season 3 Race 1 at Brazil, and it's PlayStation Division 2. So the competition's alright, obviously not as good as Div 1, but anyway, we qualified on pole with a 107.497, and I forgot to record it, so great start. Anyway, the qualifying session glitched at the end. It was like infinitely going, so we had to remake the lobby. So now everyone gets to start on fresh tyres. Obviously we do the honour roll, everyone starts on what they qualified on. My boy Flintstar, he started in 11th in the qualifying, but for the race he got shafted by the custom grid and he's starting from last. So let's hope he doesn't get shafted next week and hopefully he can score some points then. Spoiler alert, he didn't score points. Anyway, lights out and we're about to get off, and we get off to a relatively decent start. We don't lose any places at the beginning, and now we just need to make it clean, trying not to get any damage through turn 1. And Onyx from behind shafts me a couple of times in the back, and I try and get back on the throttle and he just whacks me off. Fortunately there's no wing damage, so we can just continue to race. And I've never raced these guys before, so I don't know what their race pace is like or anything, so I mean, I'm pretty sure I got pole position by like 3/10, so at least 1 lap pace standards I should be okay. But I don't know how they're doing in race pace. I'm not really worried about tyre wear at all because my setup's very open, very low PSIs. I think I used the lowest PSIs for the tyres, and everything is very open. So in a straight line I'm not as fast, but I'm alright in the corners, and I can try and stretch the tyres out for as long as I can, especially because they're fresh, because I did a couple of hot laps to get the fastest lap in qualifying, so they would have been even more dead than most people. But we've got Tom in the McLaren coming from behind. He's not close enough yet, but I did use a big chunk of my ERS, so if he's healthy on ERS he can start to like really hound me, especially down the next couple of straights, and the pit straight is where people mainly get the overtakes done, and he comes up very close. I just go in the middle, park my car there, leaving plenty of space on the side, but he hits me and try and defend a little bit, but he's confident, he just comes around the outside, which is fine because as long as we don't let these guys get too far away, we should be good. And you got my teammate behind, so hopefully we can pull him along with us, and then hopefully we can score good points for the lads. And anyway, now I just need to make sure that I stick with these guys because we get DRS coming up very soon, and Tommy spins off the track, but he manages to regain control. He drops back down to 3rd, which isn't too bad for him because there you can really just like lose it and bin it straight into the wall. But now we're going to have pressure from Tom behind. I'm hoping my teammate can help me out and just put some pressure on him so he has to focus on defense. But we'll have to wait and see what happens for that, as Onyx gets the fastest lap of the race, but he's out of DRS. So we need to get closer to him, but he's just pulling away. We cut to the end of lap 3 and he's only 1.5 seconds ahead, and Tom's just put the fastest lap in behind. So now we need to focus on our defense, and this could give Onyx the win, but as you see, Tom just got a 3-second penalty, and that's very early to get a penalty. I've tried going around this in practice races a lot, and I always get penalties, and I defend the corner there, but he hits me, and I cut the corner. So I think I still have 2 warnings to go, as he tries to look at my inside, but he backs out. Thankfully, I've seen many people crash there on other races. And now Onyx in first is 2 seconds ahead. If he keeps going at this rate, the race is his. But we cut forward to the end of lap 8. Tom behind has a 6-second penalty, and now we're in Onyx's DRS zone. So we just need to catch up to him. I don't think we can do anything on this straight, but we have a lot of ERS and we have a lot of fuel, and the DRS is just going to drag us closer and closer. We just need to make sure that we don't get affected by the dirty air in sector 2. But now we're out of Tom's DRS, so he won't have DRS on us, and our teammate has DRS on him, so hopefully my teammate can force Tom to go on the defense here. And we're just going to follow on this lap behind Onyx. We didn't get close enough there, but we didn't use any ERS, and we just skipped forward a little extra as he gets a very wide line through that corner there. Now we're in the perfect position to attack. We're going to go into Rich, we're going to activate overtake, and we're going to pop the DRS open. And you can see we're just catching so much. His red light on the back of his car isn't flashing, so he might have a lot of ERS. I don't know if he used it or not, but we just saw past. And this time he doesn't hit us 3 times through the center S, which I'm very thankful for. And now we just need to try and take these tyres as far as we can, so we have a very good stint on the mediums and we don't bring them over the 70% mark, because that's when you lose a lot of grip. And we fast forward to the end of lap 14, the tyre wear's fine. We're below 60%, so we can go for like another 1, 2, 3 more laps, I want to say. But everyone behind has penalties, including Tom. And Onyx, he's going into the pits, and his penalty timer just jumped up from 3 to 8 seconds. So he sped into the pit. It's very easy to do that here. I have the racing line on, and if you brake when the racing line does, then you will get a penalty. You have to do it way before. But now we're on the end of lap 15. I was thinking of going for a couple extra laps here, because we can, but the virtual safety car comes out. This is the perfect timing. No one else could have got it as well as we did. That was like Crashgate 08. We come in, we're very gentle into the pit lane. I didn't want to get a penalty like Onyx did. But one thing is, I'm not very comfortable with the pits, so you're going to see something when I leave the pit lane, which was a bit stupid. But we got Brashinikas ahead of us, and here it is. I tried to take off the pit limiter way too early, so it didn't come off, and I was just driving. I'm like, why am I not going faster? So I lost about 3 seconds there, but we're in net P1. Brashinikas, who qualified 8th on the mediums, he couldn't have gone in then under the virtual safety car unless he wanted to go on the hards, because the softs will not have made it. And now at the end of lap 22, he's going to go into the pits, and he's going to be on a pretty good strategy. He's going to have very fresh softs. He's only got a 3-second penalty. And you can see behind me, Onyx has 11 seconds and Golo Basket has 6 seconds. I don't know about what any of the other guys have. I know Tom's probably got like 12 seconds by now. So if he can just overtake some guys, he doesn't even need to overtake on track to get on the podium. So we're in a solid position. We cut forward to the beginning of lap 36. That was it. The virtual safety car made the race very simple. We didn't have to worry about DRS trains or anything like that. The tires are fine. I just looked after the tires, got no penalties. If you don't get any penalties, you can jump up so many positions. You just take a 10th or 2 out of the most dangerous corners, the ones that are most likely to give you penalties and warnings, and then you can just gain so much time. It's not worth gaining 6 tenths for a corner 3 times and then getting a 3-second penalty. So I was honestly very surprised I managed to get first, because during the practice my race pace wasn't very strong and I always got at least like 9 seconds of penalties. So I think I was just in the zone for this race. I don't think we can expect this to happen again, but we did get our first win in our first ever league race. So we got some good points for the Racing Point team, because over all the divisions, all the points are shared in a different leaderboard. So we're currently second, I think, with like 218 points. So that's a solid start. And my teammate, he was running in 4th, and he doesn't have as many penalties as some of the guys like Onyx and Tom, but he spun, so he's going to finish in 8th or 9th place. And as you can see, we win the race by 18 seconds. So that was a very solid race. Next race in Spain. I'm not sure how that one's going to go, to be honest. I've been practicing, but it's not going very well, so I'll just be happy to get in the points. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and peace.